Hey, Kirk. Welcome back to another podcast.
Hey, Andy. Glad to be here.
So, if you watched our last podcast, this time we're going to do something a little different, a little more focused. And I'm going to show Kirk something he hasn't seen yet that I've built. So, I'll get his feedback on it. Okay. So, I've been following a guy by the name of Wes McDowell. He gives a lot of content in his videos, and his setup is really cool too, by the way. Sorry while I geek out about his setup. So I'm going to show you, he's got this Vesta board, and he actually has the text come up on the Vesta board, and it like flips like that. That's how it does it. And I was like, that is so cool. I want one of those behind me here. And so I looked them up, and they're $3,250. If he can use that as a prop for his videos, I think he's probably doing pretty well. 361,000 subscribers.
Yep.
The only sales page you need to make 10 grand a month. And I actually went through this, and he gives some really good examples. And I am really bad about being very feature based, not benefits based. And there's a difference there. Kurt, can you do a good job of describing the difference in those two?
The features are the things within what you're offering that make things easier, in my opinion. The benefits are the outcomes that you're expecting to see or that help with the outcomes you're going to get.
Yeah.
There's probably a better way to describe it.
I have trouble defining benefits, but I try to always remember the features are like the buttons.
Spell check is a feature.
Spell check is a feature.
Yes.
Is a feature.
A benefit is that it makes what you're typing not sound like a moron. It can only do so much.
It colossally fails with me then. Thanks for going there. Excuse me while I pick my ego back up off the floor. There it is. Not very big anymore. So I watched this through a couple times actually. And I don't watch stuff through a couple times in general.
Ever.
I don't watch things through from start to finish. And I don't know that I got to the end of this, but I got far enough to the end to follow what he was doing. And what I figured out was he is basically teaching the story brand methodology for building websites. So story brand is there's a very formulaic, and it's telling the story of your business, but the business owner is not the hero. The customer is the hero. The business owner is like the helper or the guide. So I went through, this is my new Weblytica homepage. And the purpose of this page is to get people to book calls with me to help them with make. So my old page was we help you connect this to this. And you're nodding. Tell me your thoughts on the old page, Kirk.
This already looks more succinct to me. The old page wasn't bad. I think you were still trying to tell a story with it. Maybe this is better. I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know. But
okay,
the old one wasn't bad.
Okay. Thanks for that. My ego's healing a little bit at a time.
You obviously use spell check on the old one.
And you'll see this in the video, but really one of the big things is when people come to this page, they need to immediately know this place is for me. This page is for me. These people understand me. This is called eyebrow text. At least that's what Wes calls it. I've never heard it called anything.
No, that's a made up thing.
Okay. So basically it just says, hey, hello, automation lover. And I've tried an entrepreneur here. I don't know that I'm set on this one. ChatGPT recommended hello, automation loving entrepreneur or something like that. And I was like, that's too long. Right here. And what I do with these calls is people oftentimes they start make and they get stuck and they're like, I need somebody to help me finish this. So just ask the question. You ready to finish that tough make.com automation? And that's what this page is about, helping them finish that make automation that they've started, or sometimes they haven't started it.
They don't know where to start, even though they're watching a video on how to do it, but It's still
Right.
that first module. How do I get it to fire? That type of stuff.
And so the second line, like, tells them what this is, tells them what the offering is, if you will. Personalized on-demand co-building sessions from trusted make.com experts. Schedule my Zoom call. I have just zoom down here. I have the nav up here as sticky, and I have that button on this page. And so as you scroll, you always have access to that button, schedule my Zoom call.
Nice.
Some social proof, and there's some testimonials down on this page, but just social proof here at the top. This is a good way to do this. The other thing I've done is I've submitted for a press release to Brand Featured. And there's other places to do this. This is the one that Wes recommended in his video. And what this does is it gets you that seen on badge on your website. This is Alex Seriev's page, and it's an agency page, but right here, he's got Digital Journal, Bloomberg, Fox News, Popular Mechanics, Yahoo Finance, AP, Associated Press. So he's done a similar thing, and it creates credibility to a certain point. Wes says in his video, it helps improve. Do what?
For those, did he have to do that many different times, or is that like one package? Do you know?
So I don't know the packages. Where'd the packages go? Oh, I'm on the wrong page. Go back to Brand Featured. So you have, here we go. So like this one's, this tells you, but it goes to 200 news sites, but it looks like the affiliates are Fox, ABC, and NBC.
Yeah, and that's lower domain authority. Interesting.
This one's a little more, and it goes to Bar Chart and Benzinga and the Globe and Mail. There's more premium placements. He paid for this one.
Okay. And I would mention, as an SEO point, the higher domain authority is going to be important for those backlinks. Then 67 on the starter one is still, that's not bad at all. 67 is, if you have a 67 domain authority on your site or anywhere in that range, that's really good. But getting those higher domain authority links coming in, Google likes those.
Yep. And so these are broad reach plans. They have focus plans here, but this just goes to one premium deal, premium site. But they're, this was $99 instead of $159. So once I get that done, I'll add that
up in there.
Yep.
Cool. And you're going to add that up in the hero portion up here above the fold type?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Where'd his go?
Oh, a bit right above the fold.
He's right above the fold here.
Cool.
We've got the community, the Co-Build Collective community. I'll probably do that for, and then we've got a new, Kirk and I are brainstorming on a AI blog generation service. Anyway, so probably do that too. I'll show those pages in a second. But then you just come out here and you say, hey, what are the symptoms they're feeling? So project paralysis, again, they've tried to use Make and they're stuck and they can't get it finished. Technical dead ends, missing pieces, almost there.
The missing pieces and the almost there are very frustrating.
So then this is where this guy named Andy O'Neill is introduced as like the guy that can help you. I get it. I'm here to make automation easy for you. And that was the thing the old site didn't do, is it was very like, I wasn't there. It wasn't about people. It was about fixing your technology. And that's a big thing that Wes talks about, putting people on the page, putting your hero picture is, this is the person who just finished using your service. And it's, yes, leaning back, smiling, looking at the laptop. This is awesome. This is working. It's not me sitting at a computer or the team high-fiving, that kind of thing. Very different approach than a lot of people do. And then why work with us? Here's the reason you'd work with us: convenient, educational, efficient. And then the 1, 2, 3, this is very story brand, because the story brand basically says, hey, this is the process. There's 3 steps. And you want this to always be 3 steps. And really the third step is, yay, doing cartwheels and high fives, book a call and collaborate. We'll book a call and we work on that. So that's, and then link here again. And this just goes to the bottom of the page. So here's the testimonials. And the other thing is, Wes suggests, it's a great suggestion, give them headlines because people are not going to read the whole thing. Fixed in 5 minutes. I learned new make features. Do the impossible, patient and understanding. Like, you can read those headlines and be like, I don't have to read the testimonials. I see they're there. The person's there. I know what the testimonial's about. But it's there if they want to read it. FAQs. This is a great thing. I did the text generation. I did some tweaking, but the FAQs, once I told the ChatGPT what I was doing here, I said, okay, create me frequently asked questions. And it created really good questions and really good answers. I tweaked the answers to make sure they were accurate.
Create the questions from the page itself, or how did you?
I had been asking it. I'm like, hey, I want to create
for creating the page.
We're creating a page. And I actually think I pasted in maybe the transcript from his video. And I'm like, here's the information about the page I want to build. But mine's about co-building. And so as I worked down this page, I used the same GPT. And I'm like, okay, now I want to talk about the symptoms that they're experiencing. And then here I'm coming in and I'm going to guide them through the process and write a short little thing that's going to go next to my picture. So it had learned as we'd gone along. And then when it didn't, I'd be like, no, that's not quite right. You should say this instead. And so I just in the conversation trained it.
Gotcha.
I said, I need a 3-step process, and it spit it out. I don't think I changed this much. And then by then it had enough information. It did a pretty good job with the FAQs.
Yep.
And then again, the big thing about Wes's deal is don't leave them, like, give them a place to cut through the noise and get directly to you somehow. So this is our form for booking co-building call. They can book it on the page. Boom. And I've always had this on the page. This isn't anything different, but that's just part of what he talks about.
Nice.
So Kirk, I got my other page that I built. I texted this to you, but you didn't have time to look at it yet. So I want to get your opinion on how I did on this one.
Okay.
Right? So this will be one that I send off probably next to get that. I might do the as seen on stuff.
Right.
So I really don't have that authority up here at the top, but hello, busy marketer. Do you want to publish more blog posts without the extra work? That's the question.
Okay.
You want to do that, Kirk?
Let's do it. How do we get that done?
Well, it's with AI generated SEO optimized blog post delivered straight to your WordPress site.
Oh, but doesn't AI get things wrong? Like, how does it know? How does it know?
That's covered later.
What?
I know. So the struggle is real. Why do people not write blog posts? Because it takes time to sit down and do keyword research. Not sure how to create a blog that ranks. And I have writer's block. What am I supposed to write about? Okay. So those are the symptoms. I am.
On your other one, if you wanted to be consistent across pages, if you wanted to use 4 here, another big one, at least has been for me in the past, is cost. It's expensive to have people
that's a good idea.
Write blog posts for you. Like in the upwards, people want to charge $100, $200 a blog post when you can do it for a lot less using AI.
Yep. 4 over here. I just did the X's on this because some of these are hard to find icons for.
Yeah. Iconography is always a fun thing.
I'll add that one here.
Okay.
Let us automate your blog. Here's the thing. So I actually built this service and I've been using it for myself for like over a year. I've been tweaking the AI.
Perfecting
it. And one thing I did is I actually included, so here's the text about me. It says, let's see. Below, I'm sharing my Google Search Console results for weblytica.com. So I'm actually showing my data from this site where I've used AI, and I've had a 19.5x increase in traffic in 11 months.
Yep.
So I actually show, so this is January through November, and that is a almost 20x increase in traffic. And that's comparing November to January, the full month of
And you
November.
didn't start doing it. Did you start doing it in January? Wasn't it? I thought we talked about it in like February, March, and then it just started. It wasn't, I think if you look at the Q1 here, it had a bigger impact than a flat line for Q1. I feel like when we started talking about it and you started working on this, there was more of a, I don't know.
I didn't show the previous year because that's really what it's flat.
Right. Yeah.
And so I started this year tweaking. So I've got 11 months of production use
Data.
of this AI blog writing system in place, and it's super easy.
And you can see it made a difference.
Right.
Because you weren't running ads. You weren't doing, this is what you were doing to increase the SEO and traffic to the site.
And so now the problem, because how do I turn this? My new shift is like, how do I turn all this traffic that I'm getting into paying stuff? So that's what led me to the revision of some of these pages. Why work with us? Effortless, it's tailored. Now, here's your question. Say I get it wrong. What I've done. So I haven't just said, hey, I write a blog post about this
subject,
right? This keyword.
Right.
I've given it a keyword, but for every post that's created, I give it instructions. So I have a set of instructions for my site, I've got a client that I'm doing this with in production. And it says, when you write the post, this is the information about the client. This is the kind of terminology they use. This is the brand's tone. This is their tone of voice. This is how it should be written. So it has those instructions every time it writes it. Kind of the last iteration that I've been using for the last 3 months or so is it does a really good job about saying, and if you're looking for help with fill in the blank, you might want to book a co-building call with us or join the co-build collective community. Like, it bakes that in. So it's in my voice. It knows my information. It knows the products that I sell, the services that I have, and it bakes those into the post. And then the other thing, again, this is the newer iteration, is it goes and searches previously published posts and grabs related ones and sticks those links into the post so that I have post to post internal linking as a part of it.
Cool.
1, 2, 3 again. This is the same. This is probably similar. And then back to your point, this is where the FAQs. These FAQs are a little bit longer than the other page I showed. How does the AI know about how to write about my business? We use AI to analyze your tone and style. So we actually will get pages like your key pages, your homepage, your about page, maybe some
that
blog.
way you can match the tone and the style to your current.
And so AI analyzes that and creates a tone instructions, basically. And then this one's for a discovery call. Let's get on a call. Let's get on a 3-minute call and let's see if it's a good fit for you. So
I like it.
I
like it. Looks good.
And I can't recommend Wes's video enough here. If your page and the old page, I should have brought it up, pulled it up, but the old page, like, I loved the way it looked, but I didn't love, like, it just felt cold and technology like. And I had somebody in another community I was in say, your website needs to look like a software company. It needs to look like a software company and be really professional and all this stuff. And if you watch Wes's video, he's saying no. He said your website companies are about people, and your website should say this is about people. These are actual customers and community members. And I've done over 600 hours of support calls with clients. These are real people. Go down here. There's my photo. Go down here. We've got photos of people that have given testimonials. So this is much more people oriented, much more where you're at oriented than the old site. And
Yeah, no, I like it.
thank you. Yeah. The old site, I loved it, but I was like, it just feels like it's off somehow. I'm not really, I don't really have a really high EQ. I knew that'd make Kirk laugh. But I just didn't know why. I love the fact that I found this video from Wes and he walked through the steps and I was like, yes, this is exactly. And so now I built 2 landing pages with his video and how he taught it. And it feels right. It's like, this feels like the right way to talk to my customers. I just wanted to share that. Thank you guys for watching. On behalf of Kirk and myself, I want to say goodbye.